Welcome to this week's session with the Putnam County District Library and the Guiding Ohio Online Grant. This is Shelley. This week we are going to be artistic. In the past, I've been kind of showing you items that have to do with creating documents, but this week we're going to branch off into some art. I had listed to look at quick and easy online painter and magic paint, but I haven't been real happy with what I've seen, so I'm going to instead be showing pixel art this week. Now with pixel art, you have the option of to just start drawing, or you can actually log in and sign up. If you go to the login and sign up, you can connect it with your Facebook or your Google account. I'm just simply going to go to start drawing. I'm not going to create anything in terms of an account. And I do want to make note before I do that you can see where there is teachers and parents guidance here in terms of what you're doing, as well as there's a gallery where you can see different things that have been created by others that is online, because it saves that information online, as well as there is the option here for comics and creating of comics. And again, you've got the different areas that you can choose, but like so many things online, you do want to watch and make note of the different categories that might not be appropriate if you're looking for use with children. So we're going to go back here. I guess I can go back, but I could also just click on Start Drawing. I'm going to go back here, click on Start Drawing at the beginning page here. And what happens is it comes up. I will tell you this, because we are using something and doing something that is free. We are going to have some advertising that will automatically pop up. Now, I was already in this before. I didn't say, and it says it looks like you didn't save, and nope, I don't want to save. So I'm just going to go here to New Drawing, and it's going to automatically make my width 100 and my height 100. I can change that if I choose to. I'm just going to leave that, and I'm just going to say okay, because like I said, I had created something before and did not save that. So it does make note of the fact that I was in and working. But I want you to notice and see how this is actually a fairly involved program. I am not going to get into a lot of details. Because I want to be kind of general with what we're looking at today. But over here on the side, when you are doing any type of drawing, you can do what are called layers, so that when you are making changes, you could work on one layer and then go to a different layer and so forth, and just kind of build and add. So I'm just going to stick strictly with one layer as we're working today. And I just want to make note of what these different tools here on the side. We have our pencil, which is simply, it draws. Now I do want to also make notice we've got, it looks like gray and white, but these again are just to show you the paper in terms of, you think of it as like a graphing type paper. This will not print or show up when you're done with your drawing. Obviously we can tell an eraser, so I can erase. I've got my paintbrush, so I can paint. I've got a line tool, which helps me to draw a straight line. Notice when you're doing this, you'll notice that using the line tool is a lot easier to keep it straight than it might be with the pencil. We can draw squares, we can draw circles, we can fill in our colors. So we could go over here to my color palette and I could dump color inside of my circle. You have your color picker, so you can pick a color and then use that somewhere else. This is my move tool. So I can take now and click, and I can move everything around on the page. I've got my select tool. So what I'm doing here is if I click, then I'm selecting just this item. A text, again, we can click, and then we can actually add text here. This is kind of handy. You've got this where you can lighten and darken. Notice the D is there, so I can go over here and simply darken in my green there. I've got what is called a dithering tool. So I can go over here and notice it's kind of making it kind of speckled. I've got a stamp tool. So it goes out and I have all of these different stamps that I can just automatically add and use. I have the different categories. So I have new, I have favorite, which I need to be logged in here, but I could actually add favorites in if I had logged into an account. And then the same thing with private. If I had logged in and had an actual account that I was working from, I could pick and choose what I want. I'm going to go back here, and I'm simply going to click on, and notice I selected the eyes. Now it made that huge eye in there for me, and now I have eyes in my drawing as well. I have my gradient tool. Again, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to dump the color orange, and let's go here. Yeah, we'll go here and notice what happens when I do the gradient tool. I get those colors going across like that, and then I can switch my gradients as well. So I could actually pick and choose and have different gradient colors in here. You have your file here where I would clear, I could save. Notice it's going to save it as a pixel. I can also download, I can resize. And then I have my settings in here where I can have it. And this is why before I had clicked prior to connecting, and it actually wanted to save and I didn't save. So you could change all of your settings in there. Here's where I would go to download, and I'm going to be able, then here is where I can download and I can actually save it as a PNG and save my drawing. And I can undo, redo. So those are the basics. Again, we've got our tools, and then we have our file and our settings and our download options across the top. And over here is where we would have our color palette. Again, layering is another option, but that's a little bit more of an advanced, and I'm not going to go into that with our session here today. And I'm not going to save our drawing as well. So that is PixilArt. Next week, I'm going to be looking at a program that's called CoverJig. And that is a program that will allow you, and it's geared more with students and teachers, and how they can actually create like a cover for maybe a book report, or you could, if you wanted to do something in terms of a poster, and if you're not in education, you could actually use it to maybe create some type of a flyer. So I hope you found PixilArt interesting. And it's really kind of one of those fun little tools to just get in and just kind of play with and see what all you can create and do. Look forward to seeing everyone next week.